Hello, Black women. Hey, friends. Let's talk about what it takes to make money with no job. There's a new wind blowing among Black women. We have decided to take off that superhero cape and spread our wings. We've decided to live the lives of our dreams and stop prioritizing other people's plans for us. This includes our job. If your job is getting in the way of you living your life, this video is for you. We're going to talk about what it takes to make money with no job. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I make money with no job. I am a house sitter. I'm the creator of House Sitter School. I am the co-founder of Exodus Summit. And I help Black women embrace ease by house sitting, by moving abroad, by bopping around as a digital nomad, by taking a career break. Okay? If these things sound good to you, please take a second, subscribe to this YouTube channel, please. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Ring that notification bell so that you will be notified when I post a new video or when I go live. Welcome. All right, I'm in beautiful Costa Rica. I'm in Costa Rica right now. And I'm in Costa Rica for 90 days on my 90-day tourist visa because I don't have a job that tells me where I have to be and when I have to be there. It's a wonderful life. I think you should try it. If you're at a place in your life where you're starting to think about wanting to have freedom for your time, freedom for your of location, but your job is the thing that's standing in the way, and you really think that, well, I just need to wait until retirement, I'm here to tell you that waiting for retirement to really live is a scam. I'm here to tell you that your job is not supposed to be the center of your life, and your job is not supposed to dictate which parts of your life get to bloom and thrive and which parts have to wither on the vine. Okay? So we're going to talk about, I think I've got 3 things you do need to make money without a job, and we're going to talk about 3 things you don't need. 3 things you probably think you need that you don't need in order to make money with no job. Okay? First thing you need is a skill. You need something. I just hosted, along with Rashida Dow, career break coach Rashida Dow, we just hosted Exodus Summit 2022. The theme of Exodus Summit 2022 was Move Abroad Money. This was a virtual summit where we brought in speakers to talk about how to make money, right? Speakers who have a specialty, have a way of making money, came in and taught you how to do that thing, how to get started. It's not too late. You can still get the replays of Exodus Summit at exodussummit.com. Of course, I've linked to that in the description. Okay, but back on topic, what a lot of the speakers talked about during the summit was separating your skills from your work title, your job position. It's normal for us to think of ourselves in terms of a job title, but that is not helpful when you're ready to remove yourself from a job and take your skills out onto the market, right? Into the marketplace. Is there a skill that you have that can make you money without you having a traditional employer? That skill can be a work-related skill. That skill can be a non-work related skill. That skill can be something that that you have started but have not fostered yet. Okay, so what do I mean by this? Okay, work-related skills. Of course, project management and accounting and bookkeeping, right? These are skills where you don't need a boss. You don't need a traditional employer to do these things. You can either start your own business and be an entrepreneur. You can do some consulting work. You could create some sort of product or course to teach other people how to do this thing, right? Also skills that what they call soft skills, skills that you have that you use at work that you don't think to put on your resume yet, right? These skills like being able to communicate effectively in writing or orally. Being a native English speaker is a skill that can take you around the world. There are plenty of people making income teaching or tutoring people in English, either through sites like Cambly for kids or adults or through their own businesses. You don't necessarily need to start your own business in order to do some of these things. There are like gig platforms where you can take this skill onto that platform and students are already there waiting for you to teach them your thing, right? Could be a skill that is not work related or a soft skill like knitting or crafting or something, cooking or hair or lashes or something, right? Is this a skill that you can do on your own or teach other people to do for money? Probably. Because as I said, I'm a house sitter and I teach people how to be a house sitter for money, right? It's a skill. Another of my skills is talking, and my YouTube channel is a testament to the fact that being a talker can make you money. My YouTube channel in 2022 is paying me on average $4,500 per month in YouTube ad revenue, right? So this means I make a YouTube video, YouTube plays ads before, during, after my video. YouTube gives me a cut. This year, the cut that I'm getting is averaging $4,500, and my channel is only 3 years old. I started my channel June of 2019, right? So this is October 2022, right? 3 years and 3 months old. So what skills do you have that you can parlay into cash money without having a third party, an employer, taking their big chunk out? Again, these skills can be work-related, they can be personal skills, they can also be a skill like investing. We talked during Exodus Summit 2022 about investing. If your money dream is to not have a product or service or business, if your money dream is to live off of investing, I think that's a skill. I think knowing how to make money through investments is a skill. That's something that even if you don't have it up to par yet, right? It's a skill that you can learn and that you can put into practice that can pay you pretty handsomely in time, right? Now, I'm going to pause here because this is when some people start to get confused. I'm not saying that just because you have a skill, you have to monetize that skill. Or just because you have a hobby or a thing that you enjoy doing, you have to monetize it. No, you don't, okay? We're just talking about ways that you can remove yourself from your employer. And having a skill that you can monetize is a way to remove yourself from your employer, all right? But it's perfectly fine to do things not for money. It's fine to have hobbies that you enjoy, that you are not looking to chase money from. Speaking of not chasing money, let's talk about the second thing that it takes to make money with no job. You need some clarity, okay? You cannot go into the life of joblessness, right? Into the no job life without having some idea of what you do want to do and some idea of what you don't want to do. Because sticking yourself into a new endeavor that you hate can be worse than a job. We're not leaving our jobs to live someone else's idea of what our life should be. We're not leaving our jobs to live out somebody else's dream. That includes chasing a whole bunch of different business ideas and ventures and trying this and trying that. That is exhausting, and we're trying to move away from exhaustion into peace of mind and ease. We're not trying to run towards exhaustion, no, okay? So chasing a bunch of different things is the opposite of clarity, okay? Doing things that other people tell you should do is the opposite of clarity. So yes, some people will have wonderful advice because they know you. They may have a more non-judgmental view of what your skills are. Sometimes we either judge ourselves and say, I'm not good enough at this thing to do it out in the world, or we totally are blind to them. We don't see the forest for the trees. And sometimes other people are very good at seeing those things and pointing them out to us, right? So I'm not saying ignore other people, but we're not just going to blindly do what other people tell us to do. We're not going to just, watch a YouTube video where she says start a YouTube channel and then decide, yes, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Not if that doesn't jive with who you are. I'm a talker. I love talking. And so YouTube is a perfect fit for me. It's not the perfect fit for some people. If you throw yourself into some money-making venture that makes you have to do the things that you can't stand doing all day, every day, you're going to hate it, right? You're going to wish you had a job. So make sure that you have some clarity on the things that you like and don't like, even about your own position, even about where you are today. What are the roles? What are the tasks? What are the skills that you really like? And what are the things that you will never do again? Be clear on those things so that when you move into the world of making money without a job, you are moving towards the things that really fit you, that are really in alignment with you, who you are, and who you're becoming, right? All right, so you need a skill, you need clarity. The third thing you need to make money with no job is a network, okay? You need a network of people behind you. Networks network, right? And so you don't have to know everything. You don't have to promote yourself everywhere. If you have a network of people who can do some of the work for you, your network can reach people that you never could. And so you need to be able to say out in the world to your network, hey, I do this thing now. whatever that thing is. And especially if it's a thing where you need clients in order to make money. If you need people to pay you for your thing, your product, your service, whatever, then let the world know. Now, if you're living off of investment income, the network is not as important unless you're still learning how to make money from the thing, from that type of investment. Then, yeah, your network is crucial, or a network. You may, in this case, you may need to go out and find a new network, right? A new network of people who know how to do this thing. Because it's possible that the people from like your job life don't know this new investment thing, right? If it's real estate investing or buying domain names or whatever it is, you'll still need a network of people to learn from, to grow with, to ask questions to. So in order to make money with no job, you need a skill or skill set. You need clarity on what you do and don't want to do. And you need a network. You need some people who can speak your business name out when you're not even in the room, or you need some people who can help you and guide you along the way while you're learning your new thing. Let's talk about the 3 things you don't need in order to make money with no job. The first thing you don't need is fearlessness. Okay, let me read this comment from one of my subscribers. I applaud you. I wish I had the nerve to do what you're doing. Let me tell you, you don't have to have the nerve to do things in order to do things, right? You can be really scared and really afraid and still do them. I'm not exceptional. I'm not an exception. As of the 1st of September 2022, I made 2 times the income that I made back when I was a pharmacy technician, right? I doubled my pharmacy technician income just working January through August. And it's not because I have some sort of fearlessness superpower. It's because I can do things even when I'm afraid to do them. I'm going to model that for you right now. I'm in the process of writing a book called Job Detox, a workbook for Black women to stop striving and get free. It's scary for me to talk about writing this book. It's scary for me to write this book, but I'm telling you that I'm writing this book because I want you to know about the book. All right? If you don't want to miss the release of the book, which is happening early 2023, go to vicarious.com/jobdetox. Make sure you get on the wait list for the book. If you're watching this in the future, hello, friends in the future. It's probably already available. Still, you can find it at vicarious.com/jobdetox, right? This is a scary thing. Writing a book is hard and terrifying and scary, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it's what I want. It's moving me towards the life that I really want for myself. So I just told you I'm in Costa Rica with my mom. You probably saw her passing around through the windows earlier. We're packing up. This is our last day in this house. She's flying back home. I'm going to a cheaper Airbnb, okay? And but I'm in Costa Rica with my mom. This is the life of my dreams. This version, right? And I'm still moving forward. I'm not striving to keep accomplishing things so that someone else can see value in me, right? Or so that someone else can appreciate me or whatever. But I am still moving towards newer and newer dreams to stay fresh. Yeah, to stay like engaged in my own life, right? So I'm moving towards the next version of my dreams, which includes authorship. It's really scary. I don't know how many times I can say that in this video. You do not need to be fearless in order to make money without a job. You just do the thing that you're really afraid to do. It really is a muscle. You practice it. You work at it. The more you do really scary things, the easier the next scary thing is and the next scary thing. I'm not saying that they're super easy, but you at least know you're going to survive. I'm going to survive telling you to go to vicarious.com/jobdetox. I'm going to survive it. It's not going to end me, okay? We don't have to be fearless. I don't like the conversations that happen around fearlessness out in the world because it's a lie. Nobody is fearless. If I were fearless, when I was ready to go downstairs, leave this Airbnb, I would just jump over the banister. Because what is fear, right? I would just jump over the banister and break both my legs, right? That is what fearlessness gets you. An early death. So we're not fearless. We acknowledge that fear is a part of our life. We acknowledge that fear is there to keep you safe. Most of the time, fear is there to keep you where you are, though. And if you want to progress and grow, you do need to develop the skill of doing the thing that you're afraid to do. I've made an entire video called How to Do the Thing That You're Afraid to Do. I'll link to that up here and of course in the description of this video. It's a good one to watch, sit down, take notes on, and think through, okay? But that being said, one of the things that you don't need in order to make money from no job is not, you don't need fearlessness. But let me talk quickly about a couple of the fears, right? One of the fears is health insurance, especially for Americans. In the United States, our health care is tied to our jobs. Our health insurance is tied to our jobs. And it's really difficult to get health care when you don't have a job. This is one of the reasons that I'm not planning to live in the United States much longer. I'm in Costa Rica scouting it out because I think this is where I'm going to live. Costa Rica is a place that has healthcare, universal healthcare for residents, so I'm looking towards getting residency here, and it even has inexpensive healthcare for people who are not residents who just need to pay out of pocket. Good healthcare at a reasonable price. For people who don't work in Costa Rica, right? Healthcare is not tied to your employment status in a lot of the world. Costa Rica is not unusual in that regard, okay? So that's one of the fears. Money is a fear, of course. Your employer is a middleman. Your employer is taking a good chunk of the income that you're bringing in, all right? Of the income that your skill is giving them. They're taking their cut. If you cut out the middleman, can you get more of that money? Can you charge more? Can you get more of the money? Will you have time to invest more? Will you have time to create more? If your future you is a creator, an artist, a doer of things, a maker of things, would you have time to create more and do more if you didn't have the job holding you back? I'm a firm believer that jobs are holding most of us back. If you have some sort of dream or vision for your life, I sincerely believe your job is holding you back. There are people who do have a job that helps them live that dream because the job pays them adequately, gives them time off. But as we know, for Black women, that's not the case. Like, that's just not the case. Black women are not compensated adequately for our work. And so clinging to a job because you think it's going to help you live out your dream life is, I think, a losing proposition. I think there's no win in sight for you. Sorry to be so harsh, okay? Okay, so the fears of losing healthcare and making less money are real fears, but I really do think that they are reasons to separate yourself from your job, not reasons to stay on a job. I hope, especially if you're looking to live a life abroad, live your life in another country. Okay, so the second thing you don't need in order to make money with no job is a bunch of cash up front, right? Unless your thing that you're about to do is like sell your own brand of automobiles, right? Manufacturing your own brand of car, right? So that's going to take cash up front. But a lot of the things that we want to do in our less stressful, ease-embracing life, a lot of these things won't take as much money up front as you would probably think. So I started House Sitter School on a free platform. It required me to have a computer where I could record some videos, and not even a real, I don't even have a real camera. My YouTube videos are recorded with my laptop or my phone. But basically, I've made twice my previous annual income in 8 months with my laptop, with my phone, and a couple of platforms that I probably pay $100 per month on altogether. If you want me to make a video on the things that I use, like the apps and programs and platforms that I use to run my business, let me know in the comments. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but let me know in the comments. I can talk about the things that I use to be able to run my business from wherever I am in the world, including beautiful Costa Rica. It didn't take me cash to get started. It may not take you cash to get started. If your new life of making money is in investing, sure, you're going to need money to invest. But if your new thing is taking the skill set that you have and becoming a freelancer or a consultant, you're probably ready to go today, right? You need an email address. You need a way for people to pay you. You need a way to do the actual job, do the actual work that you need to do, which is probably your computer. Again, I want to point you to Exodus Summit 2022 at exodussummit.com. There are wonderful sessions on freelancing and consulting and taking a traditional 9-to-5 job online or remote. That'll be really helpful to you. So when I say that you could become a consultant and do the same thing, but just not for an employer, if that sounds good to you, check out those sessions, because those speakers came in to teach you how to get started, Now, the third thing that you don't need to make money with no job, that you probably think you do need, is some sort of entrepreneurial history. You don't need a history of having started a whole bunch of businesses in your previous, job life or in your previous life to be able to do things successfully. You don't need that because people are out here on the internet sharing with other people how to do things, right? Most of them are called coaches or something, coaches or mentors. There are people out here in the world who are willing and able to give you like a cheat code or a head start. And I hope that you don't have some sort of negative response to those words. I want a head start. I'll take it. Thank you, right? That's a thing that coaching does. If you don't have a history of running your own business, of being the person who's responsible for every piece of the business, especially in the beginning, right? Before you can afford to pay somebody to do the stuff you can't do, right? If you don't know how to do all these pieces of the pie, is there someone who can help you do these things, right? I am a coach who coaches, aside from House Sitter School, I'm a coach who coaches on YouTube channel growth. I host a YouTube challenge called YouTube Success 5-Day Challenge, right? And it's a 5-day challenge where we talk about how to teach YouTube who your channel is for, so YouTube can then go out and suggest your videos to those people and hopefully bring them in as viewers and subscribers, right? That YouTube Success Challenge is happening in November. You can get on the wait list at vicarious.com/challenge, okay? But what I'm telling you this to tell you that I do several different things on the internet for money, and I don't have a history of being an entrepreneur. I'm a creative, I'm a daydreamer, I'm a wannabe writer and book publisher, right? I'm not a person who's ever hired anyone to work under me or to do things for me. I'm not a person who has a history of being a delegator. I'm not a person who has a history of getting things done, right? Because I'm a daydreamer and like a future vision person, I'm not a person who has had a history of getting things done. But the reason that the things that I have gotten done have been done are because I have reached out to coaches. I have people who have helped me along the way. Coaches give you coaching, right? Of course, they give you the tools and the information that you need. They also give you wonderful accountability. Accountability partners will take you far, and coaches are also your accountability partners out in this world. So you don't need to be fearless, you don't need to have a bunch of cash, and you don't need to have an entrepreneurial history in order to make money with no job. You need a skill set. You need some clarity. You need a network. You also need free time to get some things done, right? It makes it easier to work on your other thing when you don't have a job. If you're really struggling with the idea of not having a job, right? You're really struggling with who you would be without work and what your life would look like, please get on the wait list for my Job Detox Workbook, okay, at vicarious.com/job detox. This workbook is for Black women who are ready to turn their backs on striving, who are ready to throw Black excellence in the trash and live the life that they want for themselves, that we want for ourselves. You cannot strive your way to peace of mind or joy, and I think it's a mistake to put those things on the back burner, because those are the only things you're going to regret not having. So get on the waiting list for my Job Detox book. It'll be out early 2023. In the meantime, please, I hope that you'll sit down with a piece of paper and write out the things that you think are possible ways for you to support yourself or live with no job. Don't edit the list based on the skill set that you think is or is not monetizable, okay? Because as I've said several times, I'm a house sitter and I make money through House Sitter School and through my YouTube channel. So don't edit the list, okay? Just go ahead and write out a list of the skills that you have, the things that you want to do, the dreams that you want to pursue. And then please go to ExodusSummit.com and watch the replays from Exodus Summit 2022. There's money in those sessions, okay? Those speakers, as I said, are Black women who came to the summit to teach you how to get started making money, doing the thing that they do for money. Okay, so please go to ExodusSummit.com, watch the replays of Exodus Summit 2022, and then get on the wait list for Job Detox, my book, which will be out early 2023. All right, we did it. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please take a second, hit the like button on this video, and share it with a Black woman you know who is ready to kick her job to the curb, right? If her job is getting in the way of her living her life, share this video with her so she can start to see how close she actually might be to making income with no job. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay, so the second thing, I can't say that. So the second thing, okay.